Today, I want to talk to you about powerful habits that made a huge impact in transforming my life to the next level. Hello, everyone. Steve here. Thanks for coming back. For those of you new, welcome. Happy to have you here. So, I've always been an admirer of those people that can really organize themselves in such a way that really helps them improve on a daily basis. I was never that person. I admire people that they're organized. I admire people that they set targets, they set time frames. I was always striving to be one of those people, but it wasn't always easy. So, generally speaking, people want to change. People want to really make a difference in their life, and that's why we have the New Year's resolutions. Actually, I was reading a statistic the other day that said that about 40 to 50% of adults make a New Year's resolution each year. 75% of those, they keep their resolution probably no more than the first week. Then out of the remaining, there's 64% that they go a little bit, beyond the first month, and only around 9 to 12% they stick to it and they successfully maintain and move forward. So, waking up consistently each day. Now, this is very powerful, and a lot of you may not understand that. I gotta be honest. I was never the person that will, I would never gonna, and I'm never gonna tell you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, or I always admire those people that can do this, and be ready to seize the day and do all those wonderful things by 9 o'clock. Well, I'm not like that, but I made an effort to get up at the same time every single day. And that can really make it's quite powerful, actually, if you can manage that. And there are a lot of reasons behind it. Number one, it helps you regulate your circadian rhythm. So it stabilizes your sleep cycle. It's very important. It improves your sleep quality. Also, what it does is it synchronizes the hormone production in your body, like melatonin and cortisol. Now, for those of you that you're not familiar, melatonin really helps regulate the sleep-wake cycle by signaling the body when it's time to go to sleep. And cortisol supports your metabolism, helps manage your stress, and maintains your blood pressure and energy levels to the right ratings. Together, when they combine together, they maintain the body's, as I mentioned, circadian rhythm and adapt it to the daily environmental changes. Also, what happens by trying to make an effort, make it a habit to get up at the same time every day, it really boosts your mental clarity and mood. A consistent wake up time usually leads to improved focus and alertness. It helps you lower the risk of anxiety and depression, and it also helps you, better with emotional regulation. Additionally, you increase your energy levels. You make falling asleep easier at night, because if you wake up, let's say, at 7 o'clock every day, your body starts preparing to kind of shut down by 10, 11 o'clock, 11 p.m., without any significant effort. So that helps reduce insomnia, and it also increases your time spent in deep restorative sleep. Additionally, getting up at the same time, making a habit of getting up at the same time every day, it enhances your discipline and productivity, and it builds habit strength, which makes other goals easier to come your way. It creates more structured mornings, which improve your time management. So think about it. The next thing I did was something that if you had told me probably 10 years ago, I would probably make fun of it. But I got into meditation. I added meditation in that mix because spent some time reading through it, watching a lot of YouTube channels, articles, materials, speaking to people that have been doing it for a while. And at this point, I thought it was very crucial that I get meditation into my daily lifestyle. Um, when you're dealing with a lot of issues of anxiety and unnecessary stress, it is important to find a way to really balance, to really ground yourself, and kind of get away of everything that's really in your mind, get some clarity out of it. So, what what I did is I was able to read some books, as I mentioned, and I was able to start practicing slowly, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, half an hour, kind of moving towards that direction. Uh, there's not really a training on meditation. It's something you read, you try to understand, and you try to keep practicing. What it does to you is it primes your mind. Like if you do it early in the morning, as soon as you get up, then it primes your mind. And it prepares it for the day. It gives you clarity. It gives you that calmness. It gives you focus, especially if you are living a stressful life. And it clears the mental clutter. So before all the distractions of the day take over, you take that time to meditate, and it kinds of l- look at it as a reboot button. So you press that button, it kind of shuts all your tabs down, and it kind of helps you restart your day. 10 to 15 minutes a day can really help. They can lower your cortisol levels, which is your body's main stress hormone. They can help you respond instead of react to challenges throughout the day, and they can kind of set a baseline to your calm that you can kind of peak during the day, but then return to it later on. So right now, I meditate in the morning, but I also meditate in the evening, most probably right before bed. One other thing I did, and I was certified as a Reiki master, which it was another way of channeling my energy to more positive outcomes. It's it's really a great practice if you really believe into it, look into it, and you really believe it. It can really help you define um, defined your calm. It can really help you rechannel that energy, that negative energy, and take it, bring it out as a positive outcome. Um, Meditation also strengthens your habit building. So if you start doing it slowly, it helps you increase your consistency, and you're less likely to skip it. Starting your day with that intention builds that momentum to other positive habits as well, like exercising, for example. Um, then meditation is also helping you transition out and in the sleep mode. When you do it in the morning, it instead of like jumping out of bed, start reading emails, responding to calls, arguing with your partner, or chasing your kids around the house. It kind of gives you the ability to wake up gradually and consciously, and it really helps you get into your daily schedule smoothly and flawlessly. Obviously, it will help you remove that morning grogginess and make you feel more centered. Um, the next thing I did was to add walking into my daily routine. Now, doing the job that I've been doing for the last few years, working in a office environment, which was enforced during COVID and post-COVID, working from a home office, 8 to 10 hour days. This was something that was really seriously taking a toll on me. And so what I decided to do is I decided every day to take a minimum of 30, around 30 minutes of walk in the park to help me really get my heart rate a little bit higher and help me clear my head as well. Now, the impact I've seen and what really a 30-minute walk could do to you is obviously, as I mentioned, it can boost your heart health by boosting your heart rate while you're doing so with a brisk walk. It can help you lower the blood pressure. It can improve your circulation. It can reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke as well. The percentages of people that they're walking on a daily basis, the percentages of them minimizing that risk is 30 to 40%, which is significant. It's do it initially in a moderate rate. Just walk as you would normally walk. But then, if you could start eventually increase that from a normal walk to a brisky walk, that would also help you lose calories faster. You can lose 100 to 200. It can improve your mental health. That's another fact. So what I did there is I added walking meditations as well when I was doing the walking, and that helps you boost your endorphin and serotonin and dopamine, which they're all linked to stress and anxiety, improving your mood and reducing the risk of depression. Another positive impact that walking can have in your life is that it enhances the sleep quality. So taking regular walks will help you regulate your body's function and then reduce insomnia and restless sleep. So it also can boost your brain functions. It can help you be more focused. It can help your memory. It can help your creativity and problem-solving abilities. Walking will also help you strengthen your joints and muscles. Walking in low impact protects your joints, builds strength on your legs, obviously, on your hips, on your core. But at the same time, it helps prevent arthritis and osteoporosis. Now, remember, you can get the same results from walking, than if you do, for example, running. The only difference is you get less. Changing my diet was another drastic measure I took, trying to add some positive habits in my life. A couple of years ago, and while doing the job that I do, I was piling up the weight, I was inactive, and finally, I got a bell ringing, was when I was told by my physician that I am on the pre-diabetic levels with also high blood pressure. So what I did is I took some drastic steps to change all that. So what I did was to take out of my diet most of the carb-based food and high sugar food. I did this for obviously, a couple of reasons: to control my weight, to control my sugar levels, and to just change to a healthy lifestyle. I also gave up fully. I gave up meat and most of the meat products like milk, for example. And I switched this to plant-based milk or plant-based cheese. I have to say, sometimes I will have a little bit of cheese because I love cheese with wine particularly, but that was something that I've been doing for a while now and I'm used to it. As a result, I was able to, in the first year, to drop about, almost about 40 pounds. And I can feel the difference together with the walking and the diet. So a combo of the diet and the walking, I could see the difference in my life. It made a huge impact. Now this is not over. This is a journey. So I still have a long way to go. But now I am much more cautious and much more aware of what's happening in my life. I have much more knowledge of how to do the right things, and I know where to look, and I know how to take the right steps to what direction take the right steps. So remember, diet is as crucial as exercise, and to me, it had a learning to jot down my thoughts, or if you like keeping a journal, was something that I implemented in my daily routine, if you like. And I thought that working, writing down a few things on a daily basis, it really helps you get more clarity, and it really helps you get more organized. It really helps you process things a better way. So it clarifies your thoughts and your priorities. It also helps you manage your stress and your emotions because you know what you're up against during the day. Um, it, it it's also easier to track the progress and make this a habit moving forward, and it helps you also boost your creativity. There are different ways you can use journaling in your daily life. I really like to do it in the morning and then have a brief recap towards the end of the day. Um, for me, it's pretty much I start with an emotional processing, waking up. How do I feel today? Things are there that really worry me. I would write them down. Then I will spend some time on gratitude, writing down 1 to 3 things where I feel I'm really grateful to have. And it could be very, very simple things. It could be the sunlight, or it could be I can really stand up on my 2 feet and walk. There's a lot of things you can be grateful for. Also, I would write down a couple of things that I want to accomplish for the day, goal tracking, maybe with a couple of tasks assigned to it. And when it comes to professional to the professional space, I would really write down and prioritize some of those tasks, and I want to make sure that I get at least one thing finished before the end of the day. One way to write things down is you write the date and time, obviously. Then you focus on you write down your today's focus, what exactly you want to accomplish, your top 3 priorities of the day, and what you're grateful for, those are the gratitude, as I mentioned. And then you can also write down your affirmation or intention. So basically, let's say an example, stay calm, or I will try and stay focused for the day. Um, it has helped me tremendously move things forward, doing in a less stressful way, manage my relationship with my family better by doing so, not spending huge amounts of times in certain tasks that they don't have the equivalent value. Overall, it has been very, very useful and productive for me. The next thing I want to talk about is personal development and growth. While I was going through a layoff, so I was between jobs basically a couple of years back, I did spend some time, or I made an effort to add more reading into my daily routine as part of my personal development and growth. So I said, okay, I put a target in place, and I said I will be reading 2 books a month. Sometimes it was one, sometimes it was three, but that was really my target. And I try to spend time reading books. I mostly mostly enjoy, I would say, the non-fiction books. So something that can help me grow, learn something new, maybe even history, or I would read anything that it's useful. People recommend to me, friends recommend to me, or a lot of people on YouTube recommend to me as well. So I'm very open to that. But it has really helped me open up my horizons, as they say. The mind is like a parachute; it only functions when it's open. So reading does help. When you do reading, you really see things in a different way, and that has been very, very helpful, especially adding to my effort on the personal development and growth. Additionally, what I've done is I have spent time studying, taking a few courses on life coaching, on how to become a better coach in helping people become a better version of themselves. And I focused on purpose, I focused on career, I focused on happiness. But again, this is an ongoing process. All that have really, really helped me open up my mind, learn new things, feeling good about myself, taking away from my stress, and also adding to my personal growth and development. And I suggest you also do the same. So the reason I mention all those habits that I have adapted in my daily routine is because it is important for you out there that you're looking to become a better version of yourselves, that to try and create a system that supports your well-being, helps you grow, you learn new things, but also takes away from what is one of the most important factors or hidden factors that causes to a lot of illnesses, which is stress and anxiety. There were moments where doing those things I mentioned earlier, I thought about giving up, but my eagerness to see where the next step is going to take me, how it's going to change me, what impact it's going to have in my life, kept me always going. To recap, I really want to encourage you to think about doing something similar yourselves. This is something that worked for me. As I mentioned before, what works for me may not work for you. So try to find out what it is that you're after, write it down, and start today. Start implementing gradually, slowly implementing this in your life. If you have any habits that you're actually have implemented, you have embedded in your daily routine and you want to share, please feel free to contact me directly or please write a comment below and I'll be happy to respond. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Take care of yourselves and each other.